so Julie King here with Shari Thurow today, and Shari is a guru in information architecture, user design, and search. Was that correct?
Yes, it is.
And Shari has been around in the industry for a number of years.
Since 1995. I think I've got everybody beat except Eric Ward.
So tell us about your background.
I have a very big background in library sciences. I was getting my master's and PhD in Japanese language and literature, and we were required to take 2 library science classes, one of them in American English, and the other one, of course, me, Japanese, and I've never looked back. I've been a search person ever since then.
Now our audience are small business owners, and so they really struggle because first of all they're often very, very busy with what actually makes them money, and then they're like, okay, I have to deal with this internet thing, and they want to build a website. It's the most normal starting point for a small business owner, and they get torn in different directions between the slick design person who says, I'm going to build you this amazing website, you know, and it's going to be all pretty pictures, and then they get the person that comes along and says, no, we got to use search engine optimization, and we're going to build you a website that gets you, it's full of keywords with doorway pages and all this stuff, and then they get somebody else now that's telling them they need to be blogging and on social media and doing all that. So where does this person who's just really wants to sell their products online and expand their marketing, where do they start?
Well, you named 3 groups that you want to stay away from. Okay, first of all, design comes last. Architecture comes first. And architecture precedes design by months. So you have to understand how your target audience thinks. Like here's an example in America, United States of America, the About Us page. The About Us page to a lot of US Americans is bragging. So you don't lead with home and then the navigation button About Us. Okay, you lead home, what are the products and the services that you offer? That's good architecture. But somewhere like France or Japan, the About Us button is very, very important because it's credibility. So you'd put the About Us button more prominently if you were marketing in those countries. So you need somebody with that kind of level head who's not going to sit there and say, oh, we can make this pretty, we can make this gorgeous. Okay, after the architecture is done, then you make it pretty.
Yeah.
It's like, let's decorate the house before it's built. So you need a level head about that. The other thing is, the second you hear doorway pages, I guarantee I can get your site #1.
Yep.
Stay away from them. Anybody that says it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. So stay away from them. And the truth is, you do not need a blog to rank. You don't need Twitter to rank. If your target audience uses Twitter, and if your target audience uses Facebook, then absolutely, you know, at least get your domain, your personal name, your company name, and any trademarks. Get that first, just so you're protected. But you don't need them. A lot of manufacturers, they don't blog, they don't care.
Sure.
Why waste your time? Why waste your money? But if you have a level head about this, you'll be okay. But don't fall for the sales hype. Ask a lot of questions.
Well, and then there's the other side of the coin where, because they don't know how to make a decision, their decision is to go with a $5 a month website that they build themselves.
Oh God, don't do that either. Because it's an information architect's job to be an information architect. It's a web designer's job to be a web designer. Let them do their jobs. It's your website, and it's ultimately your decision. But trust me, your wife, your son, your uncle, and your nephew probably don't have those skills. Hire somebody with a lot of skills.
So you're a usability expert, and let's just get a couple of really high-level key points for a small business owner that maybe doesn't even know what the word usability means really. So usability is how easy it is to use the website and to navigate around. Can you give me a great definition for that?
Usability is about task completion. So let's say a person wants to buy something from you. How easy are you making it to let them buy it? Okay, that beautiful Flash movie that you just paid a lot of money for, that's not making it easy to buy.
And there's some known principles, or there used to be known principles, but the thing is, I think some ideas get tired and maybe people keep saying them even though some things have changed. Is it still 3 clicks that you have to get someone in 3 clicks and all those?
That's utter and complete nonsense.
Okay.
That 3-click rule is utter and complete nonsense. It's called information sent.
Okay.
Okay, so in search engines, information sent are keywords. People type in keywords in a search engine, they want to see the keywords on the search results page, and they want to see the keywords on your website. And if they want to buy something, they want a picture of it. So that's information sent. If information sent is strong, people will click up to 25 times and make a purchase. If information sent weakens, like with that beautiful Flash movie you just bought, they disappear.
And that's the bounce rate that we see if we look at our Google Analytics, right? They come and they leave right away.
Absolutely. That means you, the website owner, or the person you hired to design your website, diminished information sent. Any book by Jacob Nielsen, any book by Jared Spool, website usability experts, some of their books are over 10 years old and their principles are still valid. But people say, I want the latest and the greatest. People want sites that work.
Yeah.
You can make them pretty. You can change the scarf.
But then sometimes we get someone who's a fabulous information architect who doesn't necessarily understand the human emotion and design aspect. And I've seen a number of websites that are well architected, but they look unprofessional.
But an information architect's job is not to be a designer.
A lot of times people are buying from one shop. That's, I think, one of the problems with small businesses.
And that's when you have to go to different businesses. And a really good information architect will work with a good design firm.
Okay.
A really good search engine optimizer will work with good social media people. You don't, and even if they have a full shop, they probably charge $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then get rid of them. In fact, I would say the best search engine optimizers that I know, none of them work for a big company.
Yeah.
None of them. They don't want people being their boss.
Fair enough.
So
it's like lots of people who come up to Canada One. We appreciate that.
Yep. So I would say just you'll find them. They're not the people you think they are. And I'm weird. And yes, you can have that on film. I'm weird. There are very few people who can architect, design, and usability test.
Absolutely.
So I'm probably 1 in a million, and I will still be the first person to tell you, work with different firms.
Well, and you said good usability is, keyword sent, and that ties directly into our search engine optimization because we're talking about pulling people from Google. Can you give us a couple tips for the small business owner that doesn't really understand this?
Something silly is titles. So ask a developer what a title is. You need to title everything uniquely. So the titles of your videos, the titles of your HTML pages, the titles of your images, the titles of everything need to be unique, and they need to contain keywords.
That reflect the content on the page, or does it matter?
No, it has to reflect the content. So if you have a picture of the Eiffel Tower, what are you going to name it? photo-eiffel-tower.jpg. Use common sense and take the time to do that, because guess what the big companies aren't doing? They're not taking the time to do that. So if you take the time to do that, you might not be #1, but you're going to sit there in the top 10 with those big companies. And believe me, people would pick the user-friendly website over the slick design any day.
Well, and Google has changed a few things too with its recent Panda update. Does that affect this, the way people are keyword optimizing?
Well, the spammers are whining about it. Boo-hoo to spam. No, because if you make a user-friendly website, if you make an architect it well, which is based on the mental models of your users, not the mental models of the tech team, then it stands the test of time. It doesn't matter if it's Panda, it doesn't matter if it's Panda 2, it doesn't matter if it's Florida. You've built a good website, and it's going to weather every single storm.
And so what is a mind model? A mental model. Sorry, what is a mental model?
Here's an easy way to think about it. Okay, you go into an elevator. You need to go to the lobby. What button are you going to push? An L. Need to go to the 8th floor. What button are you going to push? 8. The doors open in the elevator. It's the 5th floor. Do you get out? No, because it's not the 8th floor. That's the mental model of an elevator. Well, people have mental models of websites. If I click the About Us button, I expect to go to the About Us page. I click the Home Page button, I expect to go to the home page. I don't want to go to this keyword doorway page. If I type in the word video in a search engine, I want to see a video listing, and when I click on that link to your page, I want to see it at least, you know, a little area of video with a caption. That's people's mental models. Now you're going to have technical people, the marketing people, and the boss's wife tell you that that's the way I do it. Well, we don't care about how you do it. Are you buying your own products and services? No.
This is a really big problem when I talk to small businesses, because too often they put their own viewpoint and they try to direct the process and determine what's going to happen.
No, that's exactly what I talked about today in the information architecture session. If you only give people one choice, they feel controlled. And when people feel controlled, they won't do what you want them to do. But so you have to give them choices so they feel like they're in control. And it doesn't mean you give them 50,000 choices like a search engine spammer would do. It means here are reasonable choices. People who bought this product also bought this product and this product.
Which can increase sales as well.
Exactly. So a lot of this is common sense, but you got to get out of your own head and think like somebody who's not you. And that's hard to do.
Are there certain low-hanging fruit or buttons that people can tap into? Like, do people tend to like a blue button more than a green button? Or should you be doing A/B testing, which is letting you actually go in and test on your website what's better and what's not? What do you think?
Well, there's some things that are easy to remember. A lot of people, blue is a good color to use for a link.
Okay.
It just is. And there are many different shades of blue. So just pick the blue that matches your logo. And don't make anything else on that website that color, because that blue color means this is clickable. It doesn't even have to be underlined. It just means that's what the clickable text is. And a lot of people don't do that. So something as simple as that, something that everybody should do. So let's say if it's add to cart, if it's subscribe, if it's login, make the button bigger.
Okay.
Bigger. Make the font a little bit bigger. And if you have like a 3-column website, believe it or not, you've just created a grid. So if you want people's eyes to go to a button, round the corners of the rectangle, because people's eyes will naturally go from straight lines to a curved line. And then you can change the dimension. You can put a bevel or an emboss or a drop shadow so it just stands out. And then pick a color that is a brighter color, so like yellow, orange, or something like that. It's perfect.